Hello Scorpio, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the support of Oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I already shuffled. Let's see what we got. Scorpio. There's a lot popping up there all at once. Alright, we got a lot of cards here, so let's see what's going on. Alright, so when I'm coming into this, it reminds me a lot of Cancer, how the way Cancer started, which not too surprising. Water signs and all that good stuff. You got the Ace of Cups here on your side. You're very happy with the situation. Everything seems to be going well. The way I'm feeling about this card is like you're just like everything is going on. Everything's the way it should be. You're having a good moment. You're feeling like things are going to continue on going great. Things are right the way they should be. You're happy. You're happy. They're telling me don't breathe too much into that card. Just keep going. Okay, so what's actually happening here in the center? What you're mostly happy with is the friendship you're dealing with. Because I feel like a lot of you, this is work-related. It can definitely go different ways, but that's where I'm feeling the strongest connection. And I'm getting here, the friendship is overshadowing the Four of Cups. I feel like, in truth, it's like most of the situation is on point, but there's a couple pieces that maybe aren't exactly ideal. You just are okay with it. You're just like, you know what, life isn't perfect, but I'm happy with this friendship. I feel good. I don't expect things to go off perfectly. I'm happy with the overall situation. You're not concentrating on the little things. But the thing is, the reason we have this Four of Cups here, I know that the friendship is overshadowing it. That Four of Cups is saying something isn't right. And I feel like there's a problem going on around you. This is very much like the Cancer situation. I'm noticing it again. Somebody, like, it feels like this connection, this other person you're connected with, they're going through some problems. And what I'm getting here is that they seem to be trying to keep it away from you. Like they don't want it to, either they don't want it to become a problem for you, or for some reason they just don't want to talk about it. And there could be a few different reasons why, but I feel like you know that something isn't right there, and I feel like you actually see it for what it is, but you're just kind of like, you know what, everybody has their thing, it's fine. Meanwhile, this other person really is feeling very upset about what's going on, but is trying to move on from it. It seems like something went wrong here, almost like a moment went wrong, something went wrong, and this person is just trying to let it go. Now, I feel like you're aware that this problem seems to be persisting, but the fact that you have a lot invested in this person with the Eight of Pentacles, I still feel like you're not unhappy with it in the sense of like you feel like this is going to be a major problem. You're just kind of like it's going to work itself out on its own. I feel like you're just keeping out of it. But what's happening here is like that other person you're dealing with, they seem to be trying to keep up appearances like everything is, like they're going to handle it. Like they're trying to keep up appearances like they can handle it, but I feel like that's not true. Because what's actually happening here in the reality of the situation is imagination. Like, I feel like nothing is being handled. Nothing is being taken care of. You're letting it be. You're just kind of letting it work itself out on its own. This other person is trying to play it off like things are okay. They're holding the line. The thing is, they're holding the line. There's no improvement, but there's no regression. It's not going better. It's not going worse. They're just kind of holding up appearances. Now, that moment where it just seems like everything is left to imagination in the sense of like you don't know what's going on, but you're like, it'll work out. It'll work itself out. I feel like that's where we are. We're going into the next part. There's a lot of cards out here. Whew. I feel like as you go forward to the next situation, I feel that the Hierophant is on the other person's side here. I feel like they're addressing that they have to handle some things. I feel like they're talking with you about this, but I also feel like they're asking you for some help. And what I'm getting when this happens, you have the Eight of Cups here. You're really not sure if this is a good idea or not for you to be involved with this situation. I feel like that's kind of a concern, actually, on your side. You're not really sure if you should be involved with this situation, but they're asking you for help. They mean a lot to you, so you're doing it. Even though part of you is kind of having some reservation, like, I don't know if I really should be involved with this situation, but they're asking me for help. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'll do it. Now what happens next is when you get involved, the Eight of Wands pops in. It happens pretty quick. You get involved pretty quickly. You do what they ask you to do. You don't seem to hesitate with it. I get abundance with the Nine of Cups. Seems to turn the situation around pretty quickly. You seem to help this person out. It's like the situation seems to get back on its course. It raises up to where it needs to be. It seems to get back on course. It seems like it's going really well at this point. The thing is, I notice it's not until you get involved, until they ask you to help, and then you help, that it finally seems to even out. The question is that what it takes to keep it on the level? Do they need your assistance to keep it going well? Excuse me. What I get this, there's a crunching up of 4 cards here. And I'm noticing on your side is the Page of Pentacles. And there's the Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands in the center. I actually feel like you are feeling like you shouldn't be involved with this situation anymore. You're realizing that the situation going well is actually dependent on you and your involvement. And I'm getting that Three of Cups with the Queen of Wands is like you seem to be keep going. You keep going in. Don't get caught up in the gender of the card, of course. But I'm getting the passion of the situation keeps going forward. People are getting along. Things are working out well. But I feel like you're looking at it like you shouldn't have to be a part of this situation. But you're also realizing that if you pull out, it'll go back to what it was. That Page of Pentacles is kind of like, I feel like you're looking at it like you really shouldn't be a part of this anymore, but you're continuing on because you're feeling like if you pull out of the situation, it'll go back to what it was. And you don't want this person who you care about greatly to end up in that situation again. So I feel like you're putting up with it, and you're continuing on and realizing you're going to be stuck in this for a while. The question is that okay with you? Because I feel like you're the one keeping this situation on the level. I do see that it does seem like the wisdom here is saying that you see it for what it is. You do see it for what it is. I'm getting here at the end. The point of this reading is for you to decide if that's okay with you or not. Because if it's not, I feel like you have to bring a conversation forward to this other person and evaluate the whole situation and maybe try to reconstruct it with them so they can find a way to do it on their own or find a different way to work this out if this is not okay with you. If you're okay with it, you're just kind of like, you know what? It's all right. I can do this. Then that's fine. But I do feel like this situation working out, this situation going back, in line, it is very much dependent on you. And I feel like that's where that's ending. All right. I'm going to wrap that up there because I don't see anything. I feel like I'm personally just like, they're saying that you're the one picking up the pieces and making this whole show go right, fly right, making the plane fly right, whatever you want to say. I'm not getting it out correctly, but I'm like, it sits with me a little funny. Like, it's dependent on you. Maybe you just need to know that. I feel like you're going to know that, though, here. So what is it you're supposed to get from this reading? Because I feel like you might need to go back and rebalance this with this person. I feel like this person isn't successful on their own, but they should be. And I feel like that's the imbalance here. And I feel like what you need to do at the end of this is to try to figure out why, when this person tries it without you, why do they fail? And trying to help them realize why they're failing and helping them improve those characteristics in themselves, at least bringing it forward so they can see, like, all they have to do is improve this or that. Because I feel like this person should be able to do this on their own. It's the question of do they just need time to get up to speed, or is this something they really just can't handle on their own? And if they can't handle it on their own, should they really be going forward with this situation the way they have been? I feel like you may not want to have that talk with them. I just feel like it's an uncomfortable talk, but I feel like that would be very beneficial to this person to bring forward, like, why is it that when you're involved in it, it works out, when without you involved in it, it doesn't? What is that difference? Because they might need to improve something on their side, or at least acknowledge their shortcoming, so that way in the future they don't end up making more decisions or more situations that they can't handle on their own. Alright, I feel like whatever's supposed to be here, I feel like it's here, so I'm not going to keep talking it to death. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.